Hello, beautiful people. Today, we are going to talk about how to make your incantations three-dimensional. Mm-hmm. Oh, when I discovered this one, it was so delicious. Let's begin. Deep breath, as we always do. Be here now. Deep breath. Release the future. Just place the future in the hands of God. As the Course in Miracles says, I place the future in the hands of God. Release the future. Now, with this deep breath, release the past. All that you are left with is the glorious now. This moment, unlike any other, the infinite, eternal now, perfect in every way. No problems exist in the right now. They are all a construct of time. Release time. Oh, Great Spirit, the one source, guiding and indwelling all. Oh, Great Spirit, with extreme thanks, honor, appreciation, love, devotion, in hearts, minds, bodies, and beings, we approach the throne of grace within, boldly, seeking for what we know is ours and for what we already have. And so we come to the acknowledgement that we are the recipients of divine blessedness and abundance. Ashe. Acknowledge right here and right now that you are the recipient of divine abundance. Acknowledge and express right here and experience that you are the recipient of divine love. It comes from within. Use it for yourself first before you give it to other people, especially your beautiful children. We love to give away all the love to the beautiful children, right? Our children, our grandchildren, our boos, our mothers, our fathers, our friends, our best friend that has a hard time now. Oh, we love to give away all this love. You need to keep some for yourself. All right. How you love it, family? How you love it? How you love it? Only 3 more days to go in this 40 days of spells. It feels like we just begun. It feels like 2023 is flying by. It feels like we were just at a new year, and now this new year is more than halfway over. Wow. If you are not making moves on your divine destiny and your divine purpose every day, you are missing the boat, boo. You are missing the boat. Hey, Cheryl, how you love it? How you love it? How you love it? Family, isn't it going by fast, Monica? Like, wow. All right, today we're going to give you something that is so delicious. And this morning I did something this morning that did bring up trepidation. You know, you need to do scary things every day, things that are not inherently scary, because I promise Fido is having a conversation with the whole neighborhood. That's our neighborhood dog. Okay. So he and I are kind of competing at this moment with sound decibels. And sometimes he wins and sometimes I win. Okay. So anyway, when he talks to the whole neighborhood, right? Okay. So, and then the little yappers answer him. And he's like, ruh, ruh, ruh. Look, I'm about to shut it down with all of y'all, okay? Oh my goodness. Okay, so this morning, I did something. I woke up and I got the divine inspiration. Go do it now. I did something that would have brought up terror in a former version, iteration of myself. And this morning, it did bring up trepidation. And you know what I did? I just worked myself through it with meditative moments. My pendulum that I was working with this morning, just to ask, just simply to ask. This is the pendulum I was working with this morning. I'll show it to you. This is a powerful pendulum. I love it. It's always beautiful for clarity. If you are confused, if you don't know what to do, if you're wondering, should I go this way? Should I go that way? Whip out your pendulum. It might not be a time for a full-blown tarot reading because tarot could give you many possibilities, considerations. Tarot is a full-on, if you want to look at the whole thing, go really deep with your tarot cards and do an incredible spread. If you want yes, no, there are yes, no cards in the tarot. Yet I don't use my tarot decks for yes, no. That's what I use my pendulum for. Or you could do muscle testing too, which is right here. If you do muscle testing, you take these two fingers and you clench them like this, like a chain link, and you test. And you will be able to, there's a few different ways to test yourself, muscle testing, but you'll get your answer that way too. See, because you won't be able to hold what's not true, yet you will be able to hold what's true. So, oh, thank you. I made this pendulum in Intervisions, Cheryl. Yep, years ago. They whipped out the beads on us, and we were making beads and things like that to go in our Bibles, prayer beads, all of that. And I made a pendulum in that class. So this is my pendulum. And what I do really love about this pendulum, don't mind my nails, I'm going to get them done today, family, is it has a moonstone and it has amethyst. And the moon for me is intuition. And amethyst for me, the purple, is crown chakra, clear communication with divine, higher self I am, all that is as you, clarity. This pendulum slices through, it cuts through. So this morning, just to show you that I practice what I preach. I'm going to show you this. These are all my flights these are my flights that I'm about to get on in a couple of weeks. So flights, I'm a nomad. And even though I have a home in Mexico, I'm not bound to Mexico by any means. It's one of my home bases, and I'm going to have several home bases around the world. I'm going to have a home base in Bali. I'll likely have a home base in Dubai. They're all, and somewhere in the East, or at least somewhere in the Pacific, like Hawaii, where I can get to all those Pacific island places. I'm going to have a few. In my mind, years ago, I used to say I would have 7 homes around the world. Now, I don't know if I need 7, 4 might do yet. 7 could be still the number. So let spirit do it. So I am a nomad. And this morning, as I was booking my tickets from here where I am in Mexico to, I'll be in Atlanta. We're going to be doing an event in Atlanta. That'll be on the website soon. We're having meetings in the next couple of days for it. Then from Atlanta going to DC, is in DC, my sister is she's in the Episcopal Church. She is being appointed as an apostle. So I'm going to go to that event. Then off to Egypt. Then from Egypt, I got a couple of other spots that I'm going to. Haven't shown you those yet. You'll see coming up. From those other spots, then hop back over to Miami, prep for the book tour. And then from Miami up to Boston so that we can get to Salem. So That's all locked in. And from Salem, I'll be going to New York to do more book signings. And then from there, that's all I know up to that point for that leg. So I'll receive guidance on where to go from New York next. That's open. And so I knew all the steps to take up until then. I knew, and so we have several destinations that we'll be in over the next 30, 60, 90 days. Several destinations abroad, across the pond, as I like to say, in Africa, in the Middle East, and in Europe. Is it Middle East? I don't think this other destination is Middle East. Well, I can tell you, I'm going to Istanbul. Oh, and I'm also going to Barcelona. Oh, do you know how long I've been wanting to get to Turkey? Do you know? And every time I'm over there and I'm going around different places, like I'm in Egypt, Spirit took me, Spirit's in charge. So hold your vision, hold it. Hold your vision with all love, nurture it, see it every day, breathe it. We were talking about that yesterday. Don't demand how it has to be, when it has to be, who it has to be. Da, 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 da. Don't start taking the reins and trying to make it happen. Don't do that. You're going to fuck yourself up. Don't do that. Allow, be aligned. You're going to receive the inspiration. It's going to take you there. Do you know how many times I was invited to Egypt before I actually got there? That's because it wasn't mine to go to Egypt yet. Yet when Spirit took me to Egypt, it set me up. I had 30 days in Egypt. None of the trips I was going to go on was a 30-day trip to Egypt. There were 8 days, 7 days, like trips normally are. I didn't know I was going to be in Egypt for 30 days. Spirit took me there, and there I was, luxuriating in this wonderful, oh my goodness. It was so beautiful. I cannot wait to get back to the Nile River in this gorgeous resort by the Nile River. Oh my goodness. I woke up every morning and looked at the Nile River and said, pinch me, the pinch me moments. You can still come with us to Egypt if you got the inkling or the call inside of here. It's only good. You got to do it by August 31st. Otherwise, you got to wait till whenever we circle back around to that part of the world again, which I really don't know when that will be. I don't know when that will be. I know what's happening now. So I want you to go to ValerieLove.com, and I want you to go to Global Events. And there at Global Events, you'll see me in Egypt. That is the Nile River. Here I am in Aswan, headed over to the Temple of Philae in a felucca. That is a felucca. That is not the Nile River cruise. That's these little smaller boats. These are what we call a felucca. Okay, they just take you like back and forth on the water. Here's our African brother right here. People think Egypt is Middle East. That's what they say. Egypt is Africa all day long. I'm not sure how they got people to believe that it was the Middle East. It is Africa, the motherland of all humans, of this human race anyway. I am going to paste it right here. I'm just going to ask that there's still time for Egypt. There is still time for Egypt. And the group that is coming to Egypt, magnificent. And hey, family, if you need to work out a payment plan, we can still work that out for you, even for Egypt. So what you want to do, if you are considering Egypt, is you want to click on this Egypt link. It's just going to say it right here. Find out more and register, or you click on the picture. And I want you to go through what you see here. As you can see, it's only 8 days. I want you to look at everything that we're doing. And then I want you to book a call. If you are, you can see what's included, what's not included. Mostly everything's included, accommodations and all that, tours, all that, Nile River cruise, all of it. This is some of the group that went to Dubai, 2022. We were in Dubai again, 2023. Yeah, this is our 2022 group. I wasn't there this time because I've already been to the top of Burj Khalifa. This was some of the group that was with us. Burj Khalifa, top of the sky at one of our excursions. Is that amazing? Go right here and book a call. Okay, that's from the Quantum Leap Dubai retreat. Book a call so that you and I can speak. Okay, you can speak with a travel navigator. And that way they will help you with whatever questions you have with regard to Egypt. I'm going to tell you this, family. Let me come off screen share just for a quick moment. Egypt is going to be mind blowing. And where we're staying, beautiful, beautiful places, because this is more luxury. We love treating our people very well. We love luxury experiences. Now, all of Egypt is not luxury because it's pretty sandy and dusty, rusty. Yet, I won't say rusty, it's dusty. It's Cairo is the desert. Luxor is the desert. Aswan is the desert. You know, you have the very fertile swath of land on both sides of the Nile because, of course, the Nile swells and recedes. It swells and recedes. And so all along the Nile, it's really green and verdant and beautiful. Outside of that, straight desert, baby. Straight desert. Like if you stayed out there for several hours, you would probably be in bad shape. That's what kind of desert that is. Not the desert you play with. As a matter of fact, even the deserts in Dubai, they say never go in the deserts of Dubai by yourself because you can't find your way back and people have died out there. Because you can't find your way back. Because the winds are blowing over the sands and there's no markers. They say people have died in the desert, and they say it's so vast that they even take a helicopter and look for people. They always tell you in Dubai, don't go in the desert. Don't go by yourself. And it gets so hot. And what are you going to be in a car? You know, they do have those 4-wheel drive things that take you, you know, like when we go dune bashing and stuff like that in the desert, we go to the desert safari. That stuff is in the evening time. If you in the Dubai desert at 12 noon, you are cooked. So don't ever do that. So it's desert. So I'm giving you a little bit of a taste of Egypt and a taste of our global experiences because our global retreats are freaking off the chain. Like we eat good food, we laugh, we cry, we do the work, we go in, we transform, we grow, we bond, we learn, you know, in our classes and workshops. Wow. You're talking about the spiritual transformation of a lifetime. Egypt, off the charts. Off the charts. I don't care. I don't even know how much money I invested to go to Egypt when I was in Egypt last year. It doesn't matter. Because Egypt is so life transforming that 2, 3, 4, 5 years after you go, 6 months after you go, you will not remember how much you invested to go to Egypt. You will only remember the experience. I don't remember how much I invested in any of them. Greece, Italy, France, Paris, Cannes. I don't remember Dubai several times, Bali for 33 days. I don't remember the investment I made. I remember the experience. The experience is with me forever. Forever. Let's talk. The clock is ticking. Come on, family. The clock is ticking. Let's go on screen share. This is a 3-dimensional incantation. Here is the notes on this spell. I've noticed over the years of occult study and spiritual practice that incantations are received differently by the subconscious mind depending on the person it's stated in, first person, second person, third person. Most people only state their affirmations or incantations in the first person. This spell gives you access to all 3 persons. I have noticed that when I was speaking affirmations, even though for me, affirmations, I don't consider affirmations a very good use of time and energy. For the most part, affirmations don't work because people are simply affirming their current state of consciousness. And you would rather want to have something like a mantra or an incantation or a spell, which are creative use of words rather than saying something over and over again like I am rich, I am rich, I am rich, and your subconscious mind does not accept it. That's a problem with affirmations. You're saying something that your subconscious mind doesn't accept. So because your subconscious mind knows where you currently are, because your subconscious mind put you where you currently are. So you would have to use words and the vibration of words, which is one of the most powerful vibrations that we have, spoken of in the Bible, is in the beginning, let there be. And it was all created by the word, by what? Vibration, energy. So the use of words is one of the most potent powerful creative modalities that we could tap into. It's the mind, it's the feeling nature, it's the words, and it's your actions that you are doing with all of it together. You need all four. You need the mind to think the thoughts of where you are going. That is the steering of the vehicle. Where are we going? That's why the mind, aligned with divine mind, is the highest mind. Then you would need the emotional body, the feeling nature, to pour gas into that vehicle. And the feeling nature of most people, because they haven't done their deep inner healing work of getting rid of all of that gunk, because of that, most people have a problematic emotional body. It's full of gunk and tar and junk. So you put that in the gas tank, and even if you had great thoughts, the gas got sugar in it. And you know what happens to an engine when they pour sugar in the gas tank. Next, you would have to have words that align. That's why I love listening to Damon John. Damon John has an super uber duper successful in business. Damon John and creativity, creator and founder of FUBU. Whether you like him, don't like him, like FUBU, don't like it, that's beside the point. Who the fuck cares about anybody's personal preferences? Nobody cares about my opinions. We're talking about principles that work no matter what. The principles work no matter what. Discipline works no matter what you feel about it. If you're disciplined, if you're not disciplined, if you like discipline, if you don't like discipline, if you were disciplined growing up, if you weren't disciplined, discipline doesn't care about my opinion of it. Discipline works, period. That's a principle. It's a lifelong principle. It's not changing. The undisciplined people among us suffer. The discipline, the more disciplined you are, the more freedom you have, because discipline leads to freedom. And being undisciplined and all over the place leads to, then if it's the opposite, it would lead to slavery. So get all personal preference, pardon me, let me fix my clothes. Get all personal preference out of the freaking way. We don't care about any of that. All we care about is what works. Damon John did the principles. He tapped into the principles that work. He tapped his mind into it. He tapped his nature, feeling nature into it, the emotional body, the stirring from deep within, the earnestness, right? The drive, the fire inside you, right? Some people think being emotional is a problem. Emotion, energy and motion. When they're thinking of emotion, they're only thinking of happy or sad or angry. Or when I'm talking about emotion, I'm talking about energy and motion. I'm talking about your whole feeling nature, that emotional state that you have. Is it a joyful one, or is it a sad one, or is it a happy one? We have an overarching general usual emotional state. And if you're like a schlep rock, people are kind of repelling from you. And if you have a wonderful emotional state, people are flocking to you, super magnetic, and you might not even be thinking about it. So you have the mind, you have the feeling nature, you have the words, and you have the action steps that you're taking in the third dimensional plane. When all four of those line up, paya. Now, we're focused now on words. Okay? That's what we're focused on right here. We're focused on the words. Step one, choose wealth. We've said that before. Yeah, there are some people that are here for 8 weeks or for 40 days, still haven't chose wealth. And you can tell they still haven't chose wealth because they're still swirling around in the mindsets that do not produce wealth, and have not insisted on changing the mindsets and then doing something different. So then you know they haven't chosen wealth. They haven't chosen. They're still, well, let me not say they haven't chosen. Thank you, Spirit. They've chosen. They've chosen poverty and lack and limitation and confusion and swirling down. Now, step two, select a favorite simple wealth incantation. What is an incantation? An incantation is a spell, and it is something that we speak that is going to go out, it's going to create, and it's going to return to you something. Here's a great incantation. I'm grateful to be so blessed and rich. I'm grateful. Your subconscious mind will not kick back at you. When you just say an affirmation, I am rich, your subconscious mind is like, no, you're not. And it just throws it out. It doesn't change. It doesn't even get off the sofa. It just is like, no, you're not. Don't be ridiculous. Look at your bank. Just check your bank account. Be back with me in a minute. And it's sitting on the sofa, not even getting up, creating more money for you. If you say something like, oh, I'm grateful, and you feel it, it's not going to tell you you're not grateful because you are feeling grateful. Most people have a problem feeling rich because they haven't been rich. So how can you tap into a feeling that you've never had? You can be grateful. You've been grateful many times. Oh, I'm grateful. To be what? To be so blessed and rich. And rich, what does rich mean? Rich means that you are having a you're having an experience of more than you require. So give you an example. You could be rich in friends, and it's a deep, abiding sense of fulfillment. Rich, you could be living a rich life. That means your life is rich and it's full of fulfillment. You can have rich conversations. Rich doesn't only mean money. So your subconscious mind is not going to fight you on this incantation at all. I'm grateful to be so blessed. It's not going to tell you you're not blessed. Of course, I'm blessed. You know you're blessed. You wouldn't be taking your next breath if you weren't blessed. We're all blessed. And that does not mean some big dude in the sky giving you your next breath. No, we're saying that we acknowledge that we are the blessed children of this incredible universe. I didn't bring myself here. Something brought me here. Well, I'm grateful and blessed for that. And it's keeping me, it's sustaining me. It made air for me. It knows how I need air. It told my lungs to process the air so that I could keep living. It told my cells to pluck the oxygen out of the air and do something with it. I don't even know what it's doing. It's doing all that beyond my conscious awareness. This is all handled by the great systems of the universe. The same thing that's making your heartbeat is making the moon go wax and wane. The same thing. That's spectacular. Wow. Wow. We're blessed. Wow. It's the same thing that makes the wildebeest run and have their migration. It's the same thing that makes a butterfly fly from this place to that place. It's the same thing that makes a caterpillar say, I think I need to try climb that tree, hang from the underside of the tree, cover myself in poop until I die, make a mummy of myself, and then come out as a butterfly. Like, who told the caterpillar to do that? The caterpillar doesn't know anything about being a butterfly. Caterpillar's never done that before. The caterpillar is squeaking around on the ground, hoping somebody don't step on it. Looking ugly, doing what? Leaving slime in your wake. I mean, do we really need caterpillars? Yeah, we need them for one thing, to make butterflies. I mean, maybe caterpillars are good for something else. They're not my favorite. A butterfly? The same thing that told the caterpillar to go up in the tree, cover yourself in poop, put yourself in a mummy state, die, and then you're going to come out. Fabulous. We promise you're going to come out. That's why we love butterflies so much, that whole metaphor of transformation and getting your wings and being beautiful and flying about. And a butterfly only lives about 7 to 21 days. Pretty short lifespan. I'll tell you one thing, it's a blazing glory of a lifespan. If you lived like a butterfly, your whole life would be fabulous and beautiful and free and full and amazing. And one day you would just settle on a surface and you would just be, poof, I'm out. And still looking beautiful. Have you ever seen a dead butterfly? It's just sitting there. That's why people can just pick them up and put them somewhere and have it perfectly preserved. Probably forever. I think butterflies kind of last forever. That's amazing. Of course you're blessed. The same thing that told the caterpillar to do that told your intestines to digest the food you ate last night. Told your heartbeat to dream, to work while you were sleeping, and told your mind to have a dream and take you. Do you see all that this great thing is doing? Of course you're blessed. Oh, I'm grateful to be so blessed and rich. So you're going to state the incantation 22 times. Now, here's where it gets fun. 22 times in the first person. Ooh, I'm so grateful. You know, Bob Proctor talks about, I am so grateful, thankful now that I have experienced this wonderful home. I am so blessed and grateful now that I am having these incredible events and people are coming from all over the world. I'm so blessed and grateful now that I love Bob Proctor. He's taught me a lot. Props, Bob Proctor. Props. You have taught so many people so many things. By lifting himself up, he taught all of us how to lift up. Now, here's where the magic starts to happen. We're now going to state the incantation 22 times for the second person with your name at the end. You are grateful to be so blessed and rich, KAISI. Ooh. Do you see how that hit? It came in like here, like a wave. Ooh. It's like somebody is telling you, except the most important person is telling you, you're telling you, you are grateful. Just close your eyes. You are grateful to be so blessed and rich, KAISI. Ooh, I could feel that. And if you say, I'm not feeling it, Rev, that's okay. Meditate more. That's all, beloved. Meditate more so that you can tune into the subtle energies, because magic is all about perceiving the subtle energies. How do you do that? How do you perceive subtle dimensions of consciousness like spirits, and to be able to discern that this spirit is an ancestor and this spirit is an angel, to be able to discern that something is going on in the atmosphere where you are, to be able to discern that you just received a message from the divine, and you know that this message is from the divine and not from the lower mind. That's what meditation will do. That's what about 20 years of spiritual practice will do. Yeah, it's wonderful. Oh, it's wonderful. Keep going. Keep going. You'll get there. Now, let's take it a step further. Step 5, you're going to state the incantation 22 times in the third person with your name at the beginning. KAISI is grateful to be so blessed and rich. Ooh, now that felt like it came in from here. Ooh, do you see you're hitting your consciousness from all different ways? Unexpected. Ooh, and your subconscious mind has to chew on that. It has to say, oh, okay. You know, you're giving it food. You're planting those seeds that Jesus Christ was talking about. And it's being accepted. KAISI, just like you're talking about yourself and you're not there. KAISI is grateful to be blessed and rich. Ooh, feels nice, right? Give acute attention to the energy flow and pattern of each set of 22 incantations. You may find one is weaker than the others or more or less believable. Write it out. And when you do this, the first time you do this, it doesn't require you to do a lot. So you could be still, meditate, light incense if you like. I cannot wait to get to that Aswan Spice Market again. I'm going to show it to you all on video with over 2,000 herbs in there. I'm making my list of the herbs I'm getting from Egypt. I think I need another suitcase just for my Egypt herbs, magical potions and stuff. I'm over here making a tincture now. Matter of fact, let me show you this tincture. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Ooh, baby. I am so happy about this tincture. I'm so getting into tinctures. Do you love? Look at this tincture. This is basil. Oh my goodness, look at that. Can you see the green in there? Look at this tincture, baby. This is a healing balm right here. So I got to shake it up a little because every day you need to shake your tinctures a little. I just started that one yesterday. Wait till I get to Egypt. Yeah, soon I'll be selling the tinctures and the oils and the preparations for you to put a drop or two under your tongue like 2-3 times a day. I'm going to be making bitters as well for digestion. Put a couple of drops under your tongue, a tincture, as you're eating food. I got a lovely recipe for that. Anywho, let's continue. Let's continue. So, as you're sitting there, you can put on your favorite incense if you desire, like what we get from Egypt. You can put on your incense. You can meditate for a moment, and then you can have your eyes closed or open. Closed will help you if you are not yet well versed in energy flow and you'd like to tune more deeply into the flow of energy without the interruption of the five senses. So tap into the energy flow as you are doing what you're doing. Okay. Now, when you do the first set of 22, you're going to notice an energetic pattern and a flow. I'm so grateful to be so blessed, and God is blessing me with all the abundance I require. I'm so grateful to be so blessed. If you can't get past the word rich, a lot of people have a lot of gunk on rich. If you find that any word is a gunked up word for you, use another word. I am so grateful now that, I'm just being blessed with so much abundance and prosperity in my businesses. My clients are flocking to me. People are flocking to me for what I do. Oh, I'm so thankful to be able to serve so many people and to be able, I'm so blessed and grateful. I'm so blessed and grateful for all of this financial abundance. That's coming to me, right? So you're in that 22. 22 is a master number, 22. So you're in that. Then you're going to go to second person. You are so blessed with your name at the end. You are so blessed. And you are so blessed too, KAISI. And you're going to determine, you are going to intuit that there's a big energy difference. Write it out. Then you're going to go to the third one. KAISI is so blessed. KAISI is so, like you're not in the room. You're talking about yourself, you're not in the room. If you practice this, the results will blow your mind. Just do it. Oh, it sounds simple. I want to see the spiritual badasses that do it and get the results. Let us know. I love you. Peace. Peace, fam. Peace.